How are you? As y'all can see, I'm in my bathroom. The best lighting. So welcome, welcome, welcome. As y'all know, it's Friday. Every Fridays we come on here and we talk about 8:15. My phone was acting funny, so sorry for the delay. But we come on here around 8:15 and we talk. You have your opportunity to ask me so many different questions. Ask me whatever you want to ask. This is your live session, your session with me, with everybody. So you have your opportunity to ask questions. So welcome, welcome to everybody that's jumping on. Hey guys, hey. So while everybody's jumping on, make sure you start formulating your questions and start putting your questions in so we can jump right into the questions. As we do that, I kind of just want to give y'all some updates on what's going on. As y'all know, I am up to be the Female Activist of the Year. Please go to the community section so you can vote for me. I would love and love you forever, which I love y'all anyway, that you vote for me. All the information you need to vote is there. So please put in a vote for me. I would truly appreciate it. I really want this award, guys. I've been working my butt off and I need to be rewarded for it. So please vote for me for that award. On top of that, guys, as y'all know, I am going to be in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, March 31st. If you're in the South Carolina area, this is a great opportunity for you to meet me. Only having 20 people come and have the opportunity to pick my brain and for us to laugh, joke, have a good time. You'll have an autographed book that's given to you. Also, amazing swag bag that the beautiful people who are going to the conference will get to receive, and you'll get to receive it early because I'm not coming to South Carolina this year. So since I will be in South Carolina for this time, I'm allowing 20 people to come out and spend some time with me in a private location. So if you're interested in that, make sure you get your ticket for that. And then also the conference, Overcoming Gathering Conference, is almost here in Durham, North Carolina, and then we're running all the way out, into October. So guys, it's going to be in Durham, North Carolina. We're going to Huntsville, Alabama. We're going to New Orleans. We're like, roll it. I'm really excited to go to New Orleans. Then we're going to go to Baltimore, Maryland. Then we're going to Tampa, Florida. Then we're going to New York. See, they made me put them on the map. So New York gonna be there, and then we're going to Houston, Texas, guys. So we're gonna run from April all the way into October. I'm gonna be going state to state. And if I'm offered to go anywhere else, best believe I'm gonna do a pop-up. Okay, so don't think, I know a lot of people like come to LA. People tell me come to Ohio. People tell me come to Chicago, come to Philly, all that stuff like that. But I'm just focusing on this side right now. But like I said, if I'm offered to do different things throughout the year, best believe, no, I'm going to be ready. So be ready. Make sure y'all get y'all tickets for that as well. So guys, come on, roll with the questions. Hey, beautiful. I love your channel. You are amazing. Oh, you're amazing too, love. You are amazing too. You are amazing. I can't sing. I'm not the singer. Any questions, guys? I'm here to serve you. Any questions? Welcome everybody who just came in. Just did their little announcements, but if you have any questions, formulate your questions, put them in, and I will answer them. Question, have y'all liked the new videos that I've been putting out? Please give me some topics, guys. Yeah, look, y'all can offer me topics. How old are you? You look beautiful. I am 29 years old. I'm 29. Anybody got any new topics they want to talk about? Please post those below and I will write them down. Give me some suggestions. Any suggestions? I'm sorry, y'all. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Have any questions? Make sure you put your questions below. I'm giving everybody time to put their questions in. So if you have any questions, put those questions below. Have your opportunity to ask any questions that you want. How do you stay so positive about life? It's life. It's so much to live for.
I don't give a dat blasted what you do. Going back
dat blasted. I'm in my mom's bathroom. She got the bigger bathroom. But basically, I stay positive because it's so much to live for. I'm in a position just because I'm living with herpes. I have learned to a point of learning how to live with it, how to manage it, and it's not controlling my life. That's kind of hard to do in the beginning when you first find out, or you don't have support or anything like that, or you're not fully getting your questions answered. It makes it difficult. But where I am now, I have got my questions answered. I was able to really get my confidence back, and now I'm just living my life. I love what I do, which is serving you guys. I have 2 little kids that are absolutely funny. I have great friends. I have great opportunities that's getting thrown in my lap. Because of what I do. But at the end of the day, I just choose to be happy. I choose to move forward. I choose not to let this virus control me because it don't have to. Yes, some of us, this is very painful. This is really hard. But you got to understand, you got to learn how to manage. When you learn how to manage, then you can still move on. Because you guys are still going to work. Y'all still doing all these things, but you're just mentally and physically or emotionally not happy. You got to work on that. That's something that you have to do. And it requires you to focus on you and do what you need to do to get to a place of happiness. And like I said, that's not an easy thing because you just feel like your life is over. But that's not true. Your life is not over, and you can't keep telling yourself your life is over because it's not. You're still living. You're still getting up every single day and doing what you always do every single day. You're still accomplishing things. Many of my clients are in school right now, and I'm super proud of them because I'm about to go back to school as well. Again, I dropped out. I ain't even gonna lie, I dropped out. I was like, I don't want to do this. So I dropped out of that. But what I'm going into now, I'm really, really excited, which I explained. I will share with you guys later on while I'm farther into the program. But still, like, I just choose to live. I choose not to allow this to kill me because honestly, physically, it's not going to kill us. But at the end of the day, mentally and spiritually and emotionally, this can really take us out. And honestly, if you're not mentally well, it really takes a toll on your physical state. You get sick, you feel groggy, you're not working, all those things, like everything kind of goes downhill when your mental state is not right. So I choose to constantly be happy. Constantly be happy. Also, I have good people in my life that makes life a little bit easier too. I have really good friends. Really good friends who support me and help me. Also, my mom is awesome. She helps. That girl show. My mom is interesting, y'all. Any other questions? Welcome to everybody who just came in. Welcome, welcome. If you have any questions, please formulate those questions and put them in the chat box. Any questions that you may have. I'm waiting on y'all hand and foot today. So whatever y'all want to ask it. Ask it. I'm giving y'all time. Anybody else? I used to love that show. I was like, man, I wonder how they prepare for that show. Like, do they give them like a booklet of what to read? I wonder how that game show worked. Because they just picked random stuff. I'm like, how would you know that? So much random information and history. How would you know that? So I wonder if they gave them a booklet. Somebody know answer that for me. I wonder how they prepared for that show. I look up to you. You are the reason I push myself to be happy. You and my kids, of course. I think if I would never ran across your channel with a kilt mentally, and I thank you for showing me there is a light. Oh, I really appreciate that. Like, my whole goal is to encourage you guys, to let y'all know, like, if I can do it, you can do it. I look like you if I don't look like you, but I'm in the same situation you in. I feel what you feel. I think what you think. I just want you to understand it's possible, but it requires a lot from you. Listening to me is great, but I really want you guys, and I challenge you guys to take what I say and apply it to your life, and just know it's not going to be easy because a lot of us have been through a lot of stuff prior to this or going through stuff now. So it makes it a little more difficult if you're dealing with, working long hours, or you're looking for a job, or you're financially strained, or your kids are acting like fools, or your children fathers or mothers are just wrecking your life, or your relationship is bad, or you're in an abusive relationship, or you and your family don't get along, or it's so many things that can be going on, can kind of make herpes the icing on the cake for you. So I just really want us to understand, like, you have to keep living. You have to keep living. If you get to wake up every day, that you have a choice to be happy or sad. You have a choice. And it requires you to constantly telling yourself that I can make it through it. I can make it through it. Let me put myself in the situations that, are healthy for me, ending situations that are not healthy for me, or try to get assistance in any way to help me move forward in life. So I'm excited and appreciative and honored that I'm able to assist you to move forward for you and your children. I appreciate it. Anybody else? Welcome to everybody who just came in. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Any other questions? I tell y'all, I'm waiting on y'all hand and foot today. What questions do you guys have? I want to answer y'all questions. I'm about to take this hair out, y'all. It don't held up well. What y'all think? It held up real well. I put this hair in for my talk show that I was on. I was a guest on a talk show, which I'm about to start a talk show, which I'm really excited about. And my own show starting in April. I'm excited about that. As y'all know, STD Awareness Month is next month, and then May is Women's Health Month. So y'all know I got some stuff brewing that I want to do for you guys. As y'all know, I had the No Pain, No Break, or No Outbreak Challenge. I started for my first time here in March, and it's been going well. I've learned a lot. I hope everybody who's in the program, been like 47 people in the program. I'm going to open that back up in April for you guys to just have support of learning your outbreaks and just having support through that, because it's really hard trying to learn what's causing outbreaks, and you just want to have that extra support and encouragement each and every time to learn that. So that'll be opening back up. Hey, love, how are you? Your little girl is so cute. She looks just like you. She is so cute. I'm 24, and you really give me hope through my life. Through my life was over. You really helped me. I'm happy, Mr. Liv. Hello, hello. How are you? How are you? How are you? Anybody got questions? Y'all ain't got questions for me today? I'm shocked. Y'all had me rocking and rolling last week. Even when I did my live, I do a live on Instagram on Thursdays at 7:15. They was not playing. They were rocking and rolling. I was like, hold on. I had to get another activist. He came in there. He started assisting me because, boy, they was asking crazy questions. It was good, though. It was good. Hey, love, how are you? Hello, hello. I love you too. Thank you. Anybody got any suggestions? Like anything y'all feel like I can improve on, something else I can offer you guys? Like, I love to hear this. This is your opportunity. It's about 13 of us on here. Well, it's 15 on here now. Literally, I want you guys to tell me, I want feedback. Tell me what you don't like. Tell me what you like and what can I improve and what do you want to see? Like, come on, run with it. I really want to know, because at the end of the day, I always want to improve this channel. This channel is not for me. This channel is for you guys. I want to constantly be giving you the information you want to hear. Constantly giving you products of any sort that you want. Like if you want any more books, any ebooks, any courses, anything, tell me what you want and let me produce it for you guys. All right. I'm with the H partner. Okay, how minimal is transmission? Okay, if you're with somebody, hey love, if you're with somebody who have herpes, the thing about it is transmission depends on male or female. That's number one. And then you also have to consider, you need to just be, your main thing to be concerned about is how they're managing their outbreaks. That's most important. how they're managing their outbreaks. Do they know their triggers? That's very vital. After you know that, you need to know what type of treatment they're going to be on. Are they going to take antivirals, or are they going to go to do the natural route? You kind of just want to know what that is. And then you guys have to decide how y'all going to protect yourself to reduce transmission. When your partner is not having an outbreak, and an outbreak means a physical outbreak or shedding. Shedding is when the virus is present and you don't know. That's your part. Your part is you accepting that your partner cannot control shedding. They cannot do anything about it. The only thing they can do is take the antivirals or do olive leaf abstract to assist them. Other than that, it's still no guarantee. It's still a reduce, but you have to accept that piece. And y'all got to decide, what do y'all want to do pertaining to protection? Are y'all going to just, raw dog it? And just, when she ain't having an outbreak or he ain't not having an outbreak, that y'all just hope there's no shedding? Or are y'all going to use protection? Type thing. So my whole thing is that's something y'all have to do. But when it comes to transmission, it's all about reducing those outbreaks. And when you reduce the outbreaks, then the chance of passing it on is it's lower. It's lower. Okay. If you're not having an outbreak, can you give it to someone? No. You only pass the virus when you're having an outbreak. But like I said, you got your physical outbreak that you can see, and then you have your outbreak that is the shedding piece. Once again, we're not sure when shedding. The only time you know you're shedding is after your outbreak. And that's why y'all always hear me in videos. If y'all ever watch some of the videos I was talking about shedding or outbreaks, I always tell y'all the only time that you know that you're shedding for sure is after an outbreak or before an outbreak. And the only people who know they're having an outbreak before is women who have it before their menstrual cycles. Other than that, nobody else will know, because your outbreaks are kind of like come and go. So it's before your outbreak and after your outbreak for sure they're shedding. Okay. All right. I'm doing wonderful. Yay, I'm happy you're doing wonderful. What I don't like is how people are, how they are so stigmatized to what we have. Like, we could kill them if it made me mad. Yeah, that makes me mad too. But the way to kill the stigma of herpes is education first. When that irritates you, are you sitting there and not telling the truth, or you're just allowing yourself to get mad? And I know you don't want to put yourself out there. Nobody's trying to talk about it, but you see people who will defend HIV and herpes, HIV or AIDS or any other condition. You do the same thing. You just give the education like, no, that's not true. This is the proper information, whatever, because people are only saying what they think they know. They don't really know these things. But if you don't kill it with the proper information or accurate information, then that information is going to continue to be said, and people are going to continue to say it because nobody's saying it's wrong. So I say, when you ever see anybody say something crazy or something that's wrong, all of us on here, make sure you take the time to tell the truth. I don't care if it's on Instagram posts. I don't care if it's on Facebook posts. I don't care if it's in public. I don't care where it is. Put your big girl draws or big man draws on and say, that ain't right. And they ain't got to know that you have the virus. It's none of their business. But you can say, that information you're saying is not right. And you can go to the CDC website. It said this, and that. It's always good to cite it, and say, this is where you can go to find it. Like, oh man, I didn't know that. You'll be shocked that people don't know that. Or y'all can have a real conversation. Well, I had a friend who said this or whatever. I had a friend who's had it. And you're like, okay, well, you can say, well, I have a friend who have it as well. Or I have done research to keep myself safe. And that's not the information that's out there anymore. So I want y'all to understand it's important just to have real dialogue with people and to educate them. I don't been on posts where they're dogging people out and I'll go in there and like, that ain't true, babe. That ain't true. And some people, it ain't worth your time because they're just ignorant and they're going to be nasty about it. But if you got people that you can have a real dialogue with, you know, like, no, that's not, like, you right here, but you're not right there, then go ahead. But we have to put the correct information out there, or the wrong information is going to remain out there. And we're going to stay within this stigmatized state, which we need to get out of it because it's hurting us. It's hurting us real bad. All right. When I have bad outbreaks, I use frozen tea bags on the area, and it helps a lot. What's in the tea bag? What type of tea bag is it, Jessica? Yeah, tea bags help out a lot. Yeah, I heard about tea bags as well. I can't remember what type of tea bag it was. I think it was a black tea bag. When I was doing some research a while back, that you could put a tea bag on it and it basically helped it. But what type of tea bag do you use? How you can't pass if you don't have an outbreak? The thing about it, if you're not having an outbreak, the virus just won't get passed. The virus is passed only when you're having an outbreak. Once again, outbreak is a physical outbreak that you see, itching, burning, tingling, achy legs, swollen lymph nodes, headaches, tingling all of your body, tingling on your feet, things like that, burning sensation. That is physical outbreak. You know, you're having the symptoms of an outbreak. And then you have the shedding piece, which is before outbreak and after outbreak are random. And that's the only two times that you're having outbreaks. If you're not having a physical outbreak and you're not shedding at that given moment, you can't pass the virus. The virus is just not sitting on top of your body, or it's just not sitting on your skin and you're going to automatically pass it to people all the time. That's not true. I have had sex with guys and I never passed the virus because I just was not having a physical outbreak and shedding at the same time. And I really want us to understand that, because our doctors tell us if you're not having an outbreak, you're not passing the virus. And you're right. But then you go out here and do your research. You're like, but shedding, what about shedding? What about shedding? If you're not, shedding is not all the time. It happens, but you don't even know when it's happening. All right. How long does shedding last? Shedding can last for 2 hours, 2 days. It varies. It varies. It varies. It can last for a short period of time. It can last for a longer period of time. It can last a couple of days. It can last a couple of hours. Things like that. It can. But that's the thing. Like, you just don't know when it is. And I tell y'all all the time, don't constantly get caught up on the shedding piece. But you can't do a lot about that piece because you can't fully control when you see, because you don't see it. You don't know when it's happening. So it's kind of hard to control that piece. The only thing you can do is the antivirals and the olive leaf extract. That's the only two things you can do, which is reducing. It's not taking the shedding away. It's just reducing. Same way if you take, black seed oil, oregano oil, if you do lysine, if you do any type of antivirals, they're basically suppressing the virus. It's not getting rid of the virus, it's just suppressing it to a point where you're not really having outbreaks. And if you're not having outbreaks, your chance of passing the virus is low. It's very low. That's why I tell y'all it's very important to learn how to manage your outbreaks, because as soon as you manage your outbreaks, you can reduce the chance of transmission. Is the itching permanent? No. If you're constantly itching, you need to figure out what your triggers are. You need to figure out what your triggers are. Anything with caffeine, like black tea, is great. Okay, cool beans. All right, that's another tip, guys. Black tea. Put black tea on a frozen black tea bag on it, and it helps it get better. Is that with a condom or without a condom? Both. Like, my whole thing is a condom is not 100% with herpes. This is a skin-to-skin contact virus. So with that being said, if your partner have their outbreaks outside of what that condom can protect, you're still at risk, period. So my whole thing is everything is not on a guy's penis. Everything is not, inside a woman's vagina or on that. It could be on the outside of the thighs. It could be up, it could be anywhere. It could be on her mouth. Like, it could be so many different things, or his as well. So my whole thing is, it's not 100%. So my whole thing is, long as y'all are reducing transmission, which is reducing your outbreaks, or doing whatever you need to reduce the shedding, it's up to you guys on how y'all want to add additional protection, which a condom is additional protection, but it's not 100%. It's just not. It's not 100%. You are right. I have it, but husband never got it. See? I use baking soda with a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. That's made in that is the kind of paste. I rub it on the area, and within a day or so, it's better. Wait. Apple cider vinegar and baking soda. Got another one. I'm going to add those. I'm working on my website. So I have one now, but I'm about to revamp it. I'm revamping it now. So I'm going to put all this stuff on here. So if you guys have any things that y'all do, like, I can share some stuff that are really good. So y'all always hear me talk about tea tree oil and coconut oil. So basically, get a tablespoon or even a teaspoon of coconut oil. The coconut oil can be anything. It doesn't have to be a Spencer brand. It could be the brand that you got out, the cooking section at any grocery store. You can get it as cheap as you can find it, okay? And it's best to get the one that solids out, okay? Don't get the little oil like for your hair. No, get the one that solid out. Take a teaspoon or a tablespoon, depending if you want to put it in a container and make you kind of like a little treatment like bottle, whatever, and then put 3 drops of tea tree oil. Remember, if you're going to put more drops of tea tree oil, you need to put more coconut oil, because at the end of the day, essential oils can burn your skin. It can burn your skin. So it's very important that, especially that area, because your genitals or even your mouth, because that area is already open. So it can burn it. So put more coconut oil so it can be the base. It can be the base. All right. So that's one good one. That's one good one. The super greens are great for the body, the powder. Yes, super greens are awesome. That's really good because it's alkaline in your body. And when you're alkaline, nothing's really happening. Nothing's happening when your body's alkaline. Because I used to do greens. I stopped doing them. I just didn't want to pay for them no more. So I started eating greens. I started eating more greens. And I juice, which is good. It's really, really good. So tea tree oil, coconut oil is a really good one. And then after that, you have, if you have an oral, that tea tree and coconut oil is good for oral or genital or any area that you have your outbursts. That's good. It's a real easy thing. As you can see, the ladies here say, you know, baking soda and apple cider vinegar is good. Make it into paste and place it on that area. Also, ice can be good to kind of reduce the swelling of those areas. What's the other one? If you want to do teas, if you drink tea, tea is good. You can do turmeric tea and green tea. The green tea basically help you build your immune system. And then also the turmeric helps reduce pain. So a lot of people have a lot of nerve pain and things like that. That will help because all it is like inflammation in your joints, whatever, basically, they'll say. But at the end of the day, it helps with nerve pain. So turmeric is really, really good. I use witch hazel for itching and healing the sores. Work very well for me. Sores gone in 2 to 3 days for me. See, you about to say it. I was just about to get on witch hazel. Witch hazel is really good as well. Witch hazel is really good as well. I probably missed the answer. Do you choose to take Valtrex? I don't take any Valtrex. I don't take, I haven't took Valtrex since I had my son. My first son, Hayden. And Hayden's 8. I have not took it since then. Do shaving affect outbreaks? It can. It just depends. You kind of got to do it to figure out if that's going to be a trigger for you. I wouldn't even tell you to shave. I would tell you to trim. So basically, I would tell you, you know, get a trimmer, like a man's trimmer, and trim yourself down. I'm not sure if you're a man or female, but trim yourself down. You know, razor could just irritate the skin. It's that friction, you know, constantly it can cause friction. Friction can cause an outbreak. So I would say you'll find out. Now, I know many people, like women, they'll wax and it had no effect. And some women it do, and it causes irritation because it can cause some extra friction or snatching and things like that. So you just kind of got to do it to find out the sucky part. But you got to do it to find out. But trimming is good. I got hit up on my genitals, but from oral sex. Why is it that oral sex doesn't affect somebody else before and of course would? I got hit up on my genitals, but from oral sex. Why is that oral sex doesn't affect someone else but full and of course do? Ask me that again. I'm not quite sure what you're asking. So are you asking is oral? I'm not quite sure. I don't want to try to. I want to answer you correctly. I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. I want to know what you kind of want me to answer you, or how you want me to answer that. Okay, so basically you got it on your genitals, but you got it on your genitals from oral sex. The thing about it is genital, and I got it. So oral sex, basically genital herpes is typically coming from oral sex. Okay, it's not intercourse. Okay, so many of us, and let's get into the types to kind of help you out a little bit. So type 1, most of us know that type 1 typically is oral. If whoever you're messing with has oral herpes, which they have cold sores, fever blisters, whatever you want to call them, if they have that going on and they perform oral sex on you, you officially have type 1 genital. So now you have genital herpes. It's not saying that you have type 2 genital, you know, which type 2 is typically named as genital, but no, you have you have genital herpes because you have it in your genital area. Okay, so you can have genital herpes, and if y'all look on CDC, they say genital herpes. They don't say oral herpes. They have genital herpes, and you get genital herpes from type 1 or type 2. Most of the cases of genital herpes is from oral sex. It's from type 1. Okay, you can get it genitally, but many people are getting type 1 oral and genital. Type 2 is still out here, and that's typically a little bit more genital. But if you perform oral sex on somebody who have type 2, you can get type 2 oral. So I really don't get caught up in the types, because it's just about it don't really matter what type they have. It's just about the fact that you end up getting a virus in whatever area they got affected, which is oral or genital. That's pretty much it on that. It kind of help you. It said, what if you don't have the genital herpes? You have the one of the mouth. What do you do? Okay, you do the same thing that you do with your genital. You just make sure you manage your triggers, whatever your triggers may be. As y'all know, triggers can be, for oral, it's a little different from genital. And I want to explain what that is. So oral is exposure to a lot of sun, can cause you to have an outbreak. Weak immune system, as we know, being sick or something like that. Lack of sleep. What's the other one? I'm tripping, y'all. Yeah, lack of sleep. I just blanked. Yeah, those. The thing about it is, the one for oral is not as intense as genital. Genital, like, you get the same. It takes out the exposure to sun, but it is the friction from sex for us. Certain foods, as we know, foods always can be a trigger, which is chocolate, alcohol, nuts. Some people, different types of foods can cause them. Junk food, things like that can cause them to have outbreaks and stress. That's it. But with oral, the biggest things is that a lot of people don't understand. It's extra exposure to the sun can also cause outbreak. Extra exposure. So I would tell you, if you have oral, and the summer is coming, spring is coming, put sunblock on. And most of your facial creams have sunblock in it, but just for your protection, put some sunblock on. But yeah, oral herpes is the main reason for genital herpes. Main reason. Because I'm going to tell y'all, we do not use protection for oral sex. Y'all be honest. When the last time that you sucked a condom or a dental dam? Sadly to say, a lot of us don't even know what dental dams are. I don't even know what they look like. And most of y'all don't want to suck a condom that has some flavor on it, or a regular condom. A regular condom is disgusting because it has a lubricant in it. It's nasty. Even the flavored ones are pretty disgusting. I'm not even going to lie. It's nasty. So most people do not even want to do it because it tastes disgusting. But we tend to perform oral sex on people and don't think nothing about it, and then turn around and put a condom on. What's the point? Raw dog it now. You already put it in your mouth. I really do challenge us to start using condoms when you're having oral sex with people you really don't know. Because at the end of the day, you are putting yourself at risk of getting any STD in your mouth. Gonorrhea, chlamydia, herpes, syphilis, HIV, all of it can go into your mouth because your mouth is so sensitive. It's very sensitive, guys. And we tend to always have, broken skin in our mouths. You're chewing on the side, or you bit your mouth, or something burns your tongue. Anything can happen. So I really challenge this year is to find some condoms you're willing to suck on. And guys, get used to licking the dental dam that you like. Because honestly, we just need to stop doing that and then decide to put a condom on. What's the point? Literally, what is the point? Does showering before and after sex prevent transmission? No. It's skin-to-skin contact. Skin-to-skin contact. That's a good question, though. I never heard that question. That's a good one. LOL, true. When I was... What's DX? I don't know what it means. Oral numbers were around 26 and genital around 5. Do the numbers tell you how long you had the herpes? No. They give you an idea. Like when your numbers are pretty high, it's kind of letting you know that the virus kind of been there for a while. If y'all know anything about antibodies, when the numbers are really high, they're letting you kind of know they kind of been there for a minute. But those numbers can diagnosis. Okay, got it. Thank y'all. Y'all better give me some slogans. I don't know what everything mean. Y'all help me. Diagnosis. But the way to kind of let you know if you had it for, if you really want to kind of know how long you had it, it's based off the test result. Like, it's based off not the test result, based off the test that you received. So if you have IgM, most IgM tests it's a fairly new. IgG tests are fairly old. With IgG, if you get an IgG positive, that means you don't have the virus for longer than 12 to 16 weeks. That's the only way IgG test is going to come up positive. That's the only way. You don't have that virus for longer than 12 to 16 weeks. So if you really want to know how long you had it, I challenge everybody to go back to their test. If it's a new test, I'm not talking about my old heads. My old heads, if you've been in this too long, it's going to come up because you don't have it for a minute. But for anybody who is fairly new, who just found out their diagnosis, look at your test and see if you got an IgG test. And if that IgG test came up negative, you have not had this virus long. But if it come out positive, you don't have it for longer than 12 to 16 weeks. Now, how long after that, who knows? It could have been way past 16 weeks, but it's letting you know at least 12 to 16 weeks you have had that virus. Okay, so that kind of give you a heads up, all right? That's the only kind of way that for you to know. Those numbers fluctuate. They really do, because it's just antibodies. It's just your body trying to fighting the virus. So, it's fighting it. But I have noticed something, that if somebody don't had it for a long time, that number can be really, really high. But I noticed it's also an IgG test too, that they see that. So it just depends on what your doctor tests you. I have seen a lot of test results. A lot. If y'all only see my inbox, I have so many people test results. I have so many people vaginas and penises. It's unreal. I should have been an OB. I should have been a physician. I see so much. Does the virus lessen with how long you have had the herpes? They say that. They said as it goes, like as you have the virus, it does reduce the chances of you passing it on. They do say that based off research. And I truly don't believe it's because of the virus. I believe because you just learn how to manage it well. As you learn how to manage it well, you know how to reduce the chance of passing the virus. That's my standpoint on that, because they really just say it lessened. They don't tell you how it lessened, but I truly believe it lessened because you just learn how to manage the virus very well. You know, you are doing really good with treatment. You're preventing outbreaks, so it gets easier. So that doesn't have to you don't have to wait years for it, but it's about managing. When you learn how to learn your triggers, learn your body, be aware, then it is easier for you to prevent as much as you can from transmitting the virus. But if you're not quite sure, then you're putting your partner at risk of getting it because you're not sure how this thing works. So education is key. Please, anyone that have type 1 oral herpes, do not pick your cold sores. Fluid will ooze and spread virus. You're correct. I'm happy you said that. You can transmit this virus. You can transmit this to other areas. Okay? And a lot of people can't. They're like, no, I can't. Yes, you can. Because at the end of the day, and I'm going to explain this to you because I shared this in one of my other videos, but I have learned a lot more since this, okay? So y'all know me, as I learn information, I always update. So my whole thing is you can pass it. It is, and everybody, and I'm happy you said that, but everybody's sores, genital, oral, do not bust open. Everybody don't have the fluid in it. Everybody don't have it goopy or anything. That don't happen for everybody. Some people, it don't even open at all. But we're speaking to the people who do have that. Do not touch it. If you do touch it, wash your hands ASAP. Soap water, soap water, soap water, because that virus is in the fluid. So if anybody asks me, can I get herpes from cups? Can I get it from utensils? Can I get it from anything? Now, if you're gooping, and I'm going to just use that way, if it's out here and you take a cup, now that fluid is on the cup. Do it last longer in that cup? No, but if somebody drink right after you, and they come in contact with that, yeah, it could. Or what if you're drinking, like everybody's different. Some people, you got them where they put their whole mouth in the cup. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Some people, my mama couldn't stand that. It's some people who put all their lips in a cup. And then you got some people who just put like half of their mouth, like they do it like this. And then you got people who put all of their mouth in the cup. So you just got to be concerned with that, because if that person have a cold sore and they put their whole mouth in the cup, then the fluid goes onto it that washes, you know, the virus into the drink. You drink the drink, you know, now it has a host semi, which is the fluid. It's not that the virus is, it's not that the drink is the problem. It's just the fact that the fluid has gone into the drink and it's kind of holding it. A lot of us got to understand the difference between a bacteria and a virus. Bacteria can live on surfaces. Viruses need hosts. They need something to hold it. You know, so my whole thing is, if it don't have a live host, which it needs the live host, it can live in another, like saliva and things of that nature. It don't live long, especially if it's outside the body. It doesn't live long. It do have some time, but it don't live long. Still, it has a host. So my whole thing, I just really want us to understand, like, you got to be careful, because a lot of people are like, well, I was a kid and I ended up getting herpes when I was like 4, or I had cold sores when I was 4. No, you wasn't sexually active. I'm not saying that, but I am saying that you could have been kissed by a family member who was having cold sores and didn't know it. I'm drunk after somebody who have cold sores and they didn't know it was contagious, and then you drunk after them. Okay. I'm so proud of you for using your platform to spread the knowledge of herpes. Absolutely. I've heard people say antivirals. Ask that again. True. They're lucky. Just keep areas clean and dry. Yes. Okay. I have heard people say antivirus can cause outbreaks. Why is that? Since the purpose is to suppress the outbreak. I don't use antivirus at the moment because I'm not in a relationship. The thing about it's not that the antivirus, I want us to understand what antivirals do. Antivirals are supposed to help you lessen your outbreaks and to shorten your outbreaks. They're not a cure. A lot of us think if I take the antivirus that I'm not going to have outbreaks. That's a lie. That is just a complete lie. It's supposed to assist you in what you're supposed to do. What you're supposed to do is learn how to manage your triggers. A lot of us are not managing triggers. And now you're getting mad because you're having outbreaks with the antivirus. You're triggering it. So honestly, this is not a virus that really need to be treated by medicine at times. You can treat a lot of it if you don't trigger it. This thing is on the end of your nerve endings. You got to learn what your triggers are. When you learn your triggers and then you take suppressant medicine, antivirals, or go a natural route, then it's going to really work together to reduce the chance of you having any outbreaks. And if you do, you can lessen them. They don't last so long. But if you keep triggering them when you stressing over and over, not getting no sleep, all these other things, eating junk food, knowing what that causes it, or eating chocolate and all this stuff, that antivirals ain't going to save you. It ain't going to save you. You cancel the medicine out. That's not really what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to help when you're working with it. You got to work with the antiviral. You got to work with it. You can't work against it. It's not going to work. It's not. So, I hope that helped you guys with the fluid, because it's not to scare y'all, but it's happening a lot because people just don't know. It ain't the cup. It ain't the utensil. It ain't the drink. It's just the fact that the virus is going with the flow. You know, so you just be careful. Just be careful. That's just that simple. Be careful. And be careful when you touch it. Make sure you wash your hands. Nobody's telling you to put on gloves. That's nobody's saying all that. But we're just saying every time you feel like you come in contact with it, just wash your hands. Because we put our hands in our faces all the time. We touch our skin. We do all of that stuff all the time. It said the truth needs to be heard, and the truth is not always nice and pretty, but it needs to be heard. It needs to be heard. I agree. It needs to be. But y'all know me. I'm not here to hurt y'all feelings. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to educate you. And education sometimes is scary. I'm sorry, y'all. I got my little braid. Crochet braid. I love me some crochets. This crocheted in too. But I'm never here to put fear in your heart. But I feel like when you become educated, you can protect yourself. But when you're not educated, you end up passing this virus, literally. Many people pass this virus because they're just not educated. They're not getting their questions answered. And I will tell you, before you get sexual active, make sure you get your questions answered. Listen to me. Before you become sexual active again, before you disclose, before you get into a relationship, make sure you get all your questions answered. That's what I'm here for. It's so many other herpes activists out here for. That's what you got doctors for. Please get your questions answered. That's what you got Google for. Get all that you need before you go out here. Because when you get into a relationship, your partner is depending on you to keep them from getting that virus. They are depending on you. No, you shouldn't feel so pressured, but just know you brought this into the situation, so they're expecting you to do everything that you can to reduce it. Yes, they accept that, they understand their risk, but the only thing they really got to worry about is the shedding piece. They shouldn't really have to worry about them having sex with you with a physical outbreak, because that's up to you. You can prevent that. You can prevent you doing that because you can feel it. Okay? We know when the outbreak come on. Now, for my individuals who are unaware of the outbreak, that tingling, that burning sensation, that weird feeling, swollen lymph nodes, those are outbreaks, y'all. Let us stop looking for bumps, lumps, cuts, bruises, rashes. Stop looking for that stuff. You need to be listening to your body if you're having any type of symptoms. You shouldn't have burning, itching every day. I'm sorry, that's not normal. That's not normal. You shouldn't even having goopy discharge. That's not normal. It's not normal. A discharge, they got smell to it. It's something going on. I'm being honest. You shouldn't feel that. It's something going on, and we need to be aware of that. And a lot of us are not aware of that. So we're thinking like, oh, it's no big deal. I'm not having an outbreak. It don't look like that. Well, it don't have to. It don't. Stop looking for that and just listen to your body and look at what happens to you. And when that happens to you, look at how long it happened to you. Look how often it happens to you. Look at what's going on. It's very important for that. Guys, I did create journal. Basically it's a no. All right, Pastor Chaz. I'm sorry, y'all. My pastor just sent us a text message. You better, Pastor. But at the end of the day, y'all, like, I did create a journal, which I'm gonna put out. And that journal is a no pain, no outbreak journal. And this journal is gonna give you sections. So it's like, look at my hands, it's blue. But it's gonna give you sections. So you got your date. And you got the date. If you have an outbreak, you put the date on the outbreak. And then you're going to write, what you eat, what you feel, if you have an outbreak, if you tried any new symptoms, any symptoms that you had. It's also going to ask what treatment that you use, how long that outbreak lasts, when it started, when it ended. Because I think this is the problem. We're not documenting. We're not documenting what's going on. And since you're not documenting, you're kind of going off the dome. And we tend to live life and forget. And I feel like within your first, if you just got the virus, for your first 6 months is learning stretch. 6 to a year, you're learning. And I know you don't want to hear that, but for the 6 months to a year, you are in learning phase. You are heavily in learning phase. It don't have to take that long, but if you don't have proper resources like me or any other person or a proper doctor, you're going to get lost in the sauce. And you will have a lot of unanswered questions. So for 6 to a year, if you do not have any real support, you're going to have a hard time. And you got to take time to learn your body. So the best way to learn your body is listen to it and write it down. Listen to it and write it down. So then you know what's going on with you. You know what your mental state was. You know your emotional state. You know what you were thinking. You know what you were eating. You don't know all of this stuff. So when you go back to it, you be like, oh, you right. That's good. I'm going to add that. Thank you. That's good. That's good. My virus lied dormant for years, so I forgot I had it. But I realized that stress really triggered outbreaks because I had back-to-back outbreaks when I'm not in a good mental space. See, you know. So make sure your mental state stays good. You need to get some coping skills. Literally, stress is a mental disorder. I'm going to tell that to everybody. A lot of us don't know that. Stress is a mental disorder. Stress is not good for the body. It will kill you. You start from stress to anxiety, to depression, to suicidal thoughts, and cause so many other conditions from that point. Okay, guys? So please be aware that stress is not healthy. It's not, you don't supposed to be stressed. And you got to get some coping skills, okay? You got to find out what works for you. So I'm glad you said that. Exactly. True. You need to know your body. Google images can really scare you. Yeah, but that crap is all types. Literally, guys, I'm gonna have to get some permission, but I got pictures in my phones, in everything that I want to literally use for y'all to see it. Like, I wish I can do that, but I don't want to mess with anybody's privacy. I want to see if I can crop them. I'm going to see if I can crop it as far so y'all can't see so much. But I want y'all to see this, because at the end of the day, a lot of y'all going to realize it don't look the same. It don't look the same. I got a lot of pictures that I can show y'all, and y'all be like, wow, that do not look like what I'm used to. I mean, a lot of those pictures may be gone now because it was so far down in my Facebook, and stuff disappear over time. But I had a lot of pictures, and yeah, it don't look the same. And maybe if you had what type of sexual activity too. I think that's cool. I would add that to that. What type of sexual activity are you involved in? When did you have sex? Have you had sex lately? Things like that. We just got to keep track. Is it true that you can have it and your partner don't? Can it lie dormant in him? So does that mean he does have it? My whole thing is, it can. Though, you want to know if your partner has herpes, get them tested. That's just a simple thing to do. Make sure if you know your status, make sure you always know your partner's status. Please stop getting into a relationship with people and you just disclosing and they ain't telling you crap. Don't take oh yeah, I'm good. No, go get a test result. You go get tested again and y'all know for sure what's going on. Okay? Because you want to know if he has herpes before you go into a relationship. Because if he has herpes prior, okay, but if he don't, you want to know what y'all can do to prevent that and keep it that way, and making sure y'all getting tested often, at least once a year, to see if he's staying negative or she's staying negative. But this virus can lie dormant, but at the end of the day, when you get tested, it's not going to be dormant. You can find it. It's there. Dormant is just meaning that you're not having outbreaks. Okay? There are pictures on YouTube of a woman who gave him having worms come out of it. It's so true. It's alive, not dead. They're rotten for bad. Oh my God. Ew. Okay. A worm? That's nasty. What do you think about natural supplements? When I first diagnosed, I was using antivirals. After a while, it made my blood low. Yeah, that's what I do. I mean, natural supplements, you got lysine, you got olive leaf extract, which help with shedding. You have oregano oil. You got black seed oil. It's good. It works. It suppresses. You just got to learn how to reduce your triggers so they can work even better. But those are good. There's nothing wrong with it, sweetie. It works. It really do. That's not some of the downfalls of using antivirals. Everybody, it works different for everybody. Some people, they have no problem. Some people, they do. But if it's scary images when they show you in high school in the early 90s that make you want to go to the CDC and do more learning on STDs and AIDS transmission from mother today was important. Don't let these partners lie to you. Folks see these results on paper. Don't just let him say, oh, I got tested, because a lot of people don't know. Sometimes you may get tested. Sometimes you might get tested for HIV, but you might not know. So ask the doctor for the STD panel as well, which will show you herpes, syphilis, chlamydia, gonorrhea, genital warts, etc. Yeah. It's important. I agree with you so much. I appreciate you for saying that. Please see test results. Stop taking people's word for it, because people are scared. And some people are uneducated. They just don't know. So my whole thing, they thinking they good because you went to get tested. But what was the panel? Some panels are only gonorrhea, chlamydia, and HIV. Some panels are only gonorrhea, chlamydia, HIV, and trichomoniasis. Some panels are gonorrhea, chlamydia, HIV, syphilis, Hep C. It changed. You want to know why it changed? Depending on the area you're in. Most clinics go based off of what's going on in that area. They don't just test for everything all the time. They want to test what they see on a constant basis in that area, because folks are having sex with each other in that area. So it's important to ask your doctor, so what's included in the panel, so you're aware and you can ask for anything extra. Don't go and say, I want to get tested for everything. Everything is not created equal. It's not. You got to ask. I met a partner. Okay. I met a partner who told me that The doctor said they were so tolerant to the herpes virus that this person doesn't want to use condom. He thought it was okay. Maybe it made me lie dormant. I hate when doctors say stupid shit like that. I'm sorry. I hate when they say stupid stuff. Nobody's tolerant to herpes. He's just not getting the virus. I mean, the only way he's not getting the virus is that you're not having any outbreaks. You can't pass the virus if you're not having outbreaks. It's not tolerant. You're just not having outbreaks. That's why he's not getting it. They say some stupid junk like that, and it makes you feel like nobody's tolerant. You come in contact with this virus, the chances are you getting it. It's not always guaranteed, but ain't no tolerance for it. He gets or he don't. But you wasn't having an outbreak. That's the main reason why he didn't get it. Hey, Belize, how are you? Hey, love. My friend got herpes from a man she was seeing, and he told her his test was negative, but she got an outbreak. What would you do? Number one, I would tell your friend, first of all, I would say, are you sure she didn't already have it? Because at the end of the day, just because she's just having an outbreak that she noticed doesn't mean she didn't have herpes before. And she can't just assume that he gave it to her. He may didn't. The only way she'll know is that she see the test result, not listen to him, but he'll have to show her that he don't have the virus. And if he don't, that means she got it from somebody else. It happens all the time. That happened to me. I ended up having an outbreak after having sex with a guy. It wasn't him. I didn't get it from him. I didn't get it from him at all. It takes at least 2 days, 2 to 14 days for this virus to emerge. It doesn't happen in hours. It takes 2 to 14 days. You know, having sex with him could have triggered, that friction could trigger her outbreak. And she just wasn't aware of it. So I've been in that situation. I would just tell her to ask him to show you the test result. And also I asked her what type of test that she get. If she got an outbreak, I would tell her to go back and get testing in an IgG. Because she got an IgG and let her know that she don't have it for longer than 12 to 16 weeks. And that'll let her know a little bit, too. Nature has great natural medicines, correct? Herbs are good, y'all. They're really good. It's a lot of stuff that you can use out here that assist you in many ways, but most importantly, eating right, y'all. We gotta eat better. You can't be eating junk and not drinking enough water and get to sleep. They're stressing. Like the herpes make you treat your body better. Literally, it gets you to a point where it's important that you treat your body good. And make you treat your body real, real good. Really do. Any more questions, guys? Y'all been asking really good questions and really been involved. Thank y'all. Any more questions? Yes, an alkaline diet does work. Yes, it does. Can you get herpes from sitting on the toilet? No, you cannot. Good question, though. It's a really good question. If that was the case, everybody have herpes. Because you know how many people sit on the toilet? Everybody will have it. But nah, that's not true. That's a good question. You can't get it from towels either. I had to explain to that person that you have to ask the doctor specifically for every single STD besides the HIV. And you actually sign for HIV. Yeah, you do. You find a consent form. Can't believe that person was so nonchalant. Well, I won't say that. Like, most people just don't know. They just don't. So I meant to say patient, not partner. I used to talk I use a talking text feature. It's fine. My whole thing, just, we can't say that. Like, we live in a world that you think people know stuff and they don't. They just don't. And everybody don't sign a consent form. Like, if it's your main doctor, you sign that when you come in the door, that people sadly say most people don't pay attention to. Or you don't sign it before and your doctor just didn't have you sign it again. Like, we got to be paid. We got to pay more attention when you go into the doctor's office and you signing all these papers. Please read the papers. Please read the HIPAA like paper, because they're asking you if it's okay for them to call you over the phone. They ask you stuff like that. You need to read, like, y'all, we got to read those papers, because they be saying stuff in these papers we don't even know. But some people are like, why they call me and tell me that over the phone? Well, you said it was okay. You did. Is there a reason why some outbreaks present as blisters and others as cuts? Nope. It's no reason. Everybody's just body is different. That's it. There's no special reason. It's different. Just different. It's no special reason. Not at all. Good question, though. That's a really good question. Good question. Good questions. Some doctors will leave until you... Well, these things are so casual, you don't know who you got it from. So don't even tell him. I met a lot of stupid doctors in my 20 years of nursing career. You're right. I hear that all the time. As many doctors, even was a doctor lately in New York who said, you don't have to disclose. I think she should have got her license taken. You don't tell no stupid junk like that. And some people in certain states, you can get locked up for that, especially if you're aware that you had the virus. You can get sued. I don't like that. You don't say that. That's stupid. And many doctors don't even tell you to disclose. Think about anybody who's on here and you end up finding out your diagnosis. Did your doctor tell you had to disclose? Most of our doctors didn't say that. They said, oh, it's no big deal. Everybody got it. They don't even get into the dating piece. They leave it alone. They don't talk about it. My doctor didn't say nothing like that either. Please hurry up and write the second book. I think it would be better than the first because of how much you have learned since then. Yeah, I'm about to write it. The second book is going to be on point. I like the first book a little bit because it kind of tells where we all are. And this second book is going to be like, let me tell y'all what I know now, because what I didn't know, because when I got that information, that was almost 10 years ago. Come April, I had herpes for 10 years, guys. And literally what I know now is not even close to what I knew then. It wasn't even available. That information wasn't even available. Truthfully, it wasn't even available. So what I know now is based off of Google coming to play, because Google was not even existed. We only had Yahoo and AOL and Black Planet. Y'all, like, Facebook was just emerging a little bit. You know what I mean? So at that point, like, Google wasn't even here yet. So the information I have now, a lot of this is from Google. It's from the fact that we have YouTube. YouTube didn't exist quite yet either. So, you know, things have been so much better and so much more research because we can find it. So yes, I will be writing another book. Everybody, please put a thumbs up to this great platform. Oh, thank you so much, sweetie. You said, please hurry up. I know I need to write it. What should I name it? Y'all help me. What should the second book say? Like, what should the second book name be? And what should the cover look like? See, this is why I love y'all. This is where y'all got to help me at. Because I'll be overthinking it. I want to know what y'all feedback. What's the other, for my second book, what do you want in the second book? What do you want me to talk about? And what the cover should look like. It ain't going to take me long to write it either. Tell me. I want feedback. Help me, y'all. TM, let me know, since you talking about the second book, what you want to see, what you want me to write about, and what you want the cover to look like. And what should the book be called? Okay, when I was getting my meds from a clinic back in the day, they would retest you. And the doctor said to me, I didn't need to test because it's not like it was going anywhere. I felt so little. Now, I have heard that as well. My whole thing is that makes you feel low, and that's okay. Because at the end of the day, you got the right to go wherever you want. And if you did not like what she said, you could have reported her. I want us to get in the habit of, like, reporting some of these nurses because they be out of pocket. And she didn't have to say it like that. She could just say, you know, based off that test result, the chances are it's not going to change. But if you want me to retest you, I can. They act like it's a hassle. It ain't like they paying for it anyway. You got insurance or you got Medicaid. It don't make a difference. They ain't paying for it. Go somewhere else because they don't have the right to tell you any of that. You can get it tested as many times you want to. I don't care. It's up to you. It's up to you. Go to another doctor. Go to another clinic. Any new information on possible cures since HIV cures seems to be in the works. Okay. Think about it. I can't share information about that. Now, it's no cure in the works for us. It's a vaccine in the works for us. It's a vaccine in the works. Compassion and empathy has been lost more and more. I just discussed that with a doctor today. It's sickening. It really is like they should put themselves, if they were not already in a situation. It's no bedside manner, period. And it's time for us to check them. And the way to check them is reporting them. We're not reporting doctors and nurses enough. That's the problem. I really do believe that. We let them say whatever. We let them violate HIPAA all the time because they be all in the hallway talking out loud, telling your business. We got to do better with making sure we put them in their place and start messing with their money. Start reporting them. I swear to God, you tell them I'm calling HIPAA, I best believe they get their life together. Nobody trying to lose their license. HIPAA don't play that. And trust me, a lot of medical professors has been in a situation. They need to be careful how they talk to people and have a bedside manner. You correct. The sad thing about it is they don't think. They believe the same crap that they hear every day. It's many doctors out here who have written books about herpes and they're not doing much about it. It's sad. You are a doctor. You live with herpes and you're still not helping us? Yeah, you're doing a little talking here. You're writing little books here, but you're really not doing nothing because you know you can't say a lot of things because of these oaths that you took. And on top of that, you're not trying to risk your career of telling some truth. I'm telling the whole truth. There's many doctors out here who really ain't doing nothing. They really not. They're not. I want you to write about everything. I want all the details. What you mean by everything, TM? Everything. Come on, like list for me. I want to know. List for me. Exactly. God complex they have. But it's sad, you know, and I know you see so much as a nurse and it's frustrating. And I challenge anybody who's in the nursing field and who are living with the virus to start checking your coworkers. Start checking your coworkers on how they say stuff and letting them know, you know, this against HIPAA. We don't supposed to be back here talking about nobody diagnosis only if we're trying to treat them. If it ain't about treatment, us back here talking about it ain't nobody business. And if she ain't in that room for that patient, what's the point of you talking about it? It ain't got nothing to do with you. My friend is a nurse. It's so much stuff that goes on. She has HIV and she hears so much crap and she be looking at him like, y'all know y'all supposed to be talking, right? And a lot of us don't understand this HIPAA thing. So that's why we kind of like, they getting away with it. Sometimes it's about perspective and how we choose to look at things. The irony is that many of the people who make jokes about herpes might also have the virus themselves. Absolutely, but they don't know that. They don't know it. They don't know it at all. It's so true. TM, I'm still waiting on you to tell me what you want. Everything. What you mean? Everybody, I need y'all help. TM told me I should write another book. And what this other book need to be on. Like, what do y'all want to see in this another book? What do you think the title should be of this other book? And then what do you want the book to look like? I really want y'all to be super involved in this other book so y'all get exactly what y'all want in this next book. I kind of been stagnant to write another book because I'm like, I don't know what they want me to talk about. Tell me what y'all want me to talk about in the second one. And I'll get to it. I will literally start writing on it and it won't take me long to write it. Y'all let me know. Because I do want to write a couple of more books. I want to write a couple of more books. I know for a fact one book that I want to write is Herpes is Mental. Herpes is Mental. That's one book I want to write. You said the topics that are in your videos. Baby, I got 240 something videos. I got a lot of videos. I have a lot of videos. So you just want me to do like an informational book again? Come on, y'all. Help TM on this one. I want y'all feedback. Somebody just messaged me. Yeah. I want y'all feedback because I really want to write another book. I just don't know what I want to write it on. But I know I want to do herpes mentals book. I want us to understand the psychological distress that herpes creates for us and how we're able to how to overcome that psychological distress that we experience. Okay, the topics in your videos: having children with herpes, managing stress level. I'm new here. What is the first book called? Overcoming What Can't Be Cured, Living Beyond Herpes. That's my first book. Anybody want that book, you can go onto Amazon, and that book is on Amazon, okay? That book is on Amazon. Overcoming What Can't Be Cured, Living Beyond Herpes. And that book literally talks about when I found out I had herpes. I go into detail of how I found out, how I seen it, going to the doctor, having my first son, which is Hayden, which is my oldest one, who is 8, how I met my ex-husband. I ended up getting married. As y'all know now, I'm not married anymore. I've been divorced. It's going to be 2 years this year. So I'm not married anymore. I'm back into the dating scene. We end up having another child. So we have a son, things like that. All right. You said natural methods. Okay. So having children, managing stress level, natural methods. Okay. The same thing happened to me as your friend. He could have lied to your friend. It really sucks getting herpes and the guy say he doesn't have it, but we have to stay strong. I know that sucks because the thing about it is you can't force a person to show you their test results, and you just can't force a person to show you their test results. Say you just got to take their word for it. But the only way, and I tell y'all, this the only way that you kind of know, where a little bit of idea where it comes from is IgM test. Is fairly new. IgG, 12 to 16 weeks, kind of get you an idea. But my whole thing, you can't force that person to man up or whatever to tell you. I'm stuck, but I don't get back. I'm stuck, but I don't get back to you. Hopefully on that one, I'm just very, very happy that you are doing this, spent a lot of years and been spreading education about this and other early retirement. Yay. Sister, you are a direct lifeline of information for many now infected with herpes that must now deal with the fear, shame, embarrassment, and stigma of the virus. I support your ministry. Oh, thank you so much. You are my first super chat person. Like, super chat is cool, y'all. Yes, sweetie.
My grandma won't give us some food.
She said you hungry? Why you?
She didn't want us to get no food. She said, ask your mom.
Okay.
So, what do you want us to get?
I'll get y'all something in 2 seconds, okay? I'm about to get off here in a minute, okay?
Okay, bye.
My babies are hungry. Yes, June. Yes, thank you guys. That was my first super chat. That is so awesome. Thank you for sewing into me. I appreciate that. Okay, maturing and herpes for a title. Maturing and herpes. That's interesting. Maturing and herpes. Okay, let me get some paper because I'm about to write it down. 1 second, y'all. Let me get some paper. One second, y'all. I'm so excited. I got my first super chat. That's so cool. So basically, super chat is when you have the opportunity to pay to get your message for me to see it. So if y'all ever want to sew into me, that's an interesting way to do it. So you said maturing and herpes. Okay. TM told me having children with herpes, managing stress level, natural method, I'm so still appreciative of that. That was so sweet of you. But I still love to spread the word and educate. You got to keep educating the rest of your life. If you got the knowledge to spread the word and doesn't take a degree of license to spread the word, correct. Thank God. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little educated, so that's the beauty. I am educated though. I have a bachelor's. I have a master's, so that kind of give me the credibility that I want. So because I'm working with people with the health department and want to work with the CDC and the STD coalition and all that stuff, that kind of give me a leg up to let them know, like, I'm not playing. Like, I went to school, so they kind of hear me out. Yes, having children with herpes, because I've had herpes for 8 years now. My fiance and I are wanting to start a family, and I'm terrified of having a vaginal birth due to the internet. Baby, I have 2 kids. Relax, okay? I have 2. Both of my kids were vaginal. You're going to be fine. My whole thing is all about having a really good doctor who understands, giving birth to an individual with herpes. What they're going to do when you get to your 36 weeks is actually you get on Valtrex and try to help you reduce your outbreaks. As I said earlier, Valtrex is not going to prevent. You have to learn how to reduce your triggers, keeping your triggers down. If when you go into labor, if you're not having an outbreak, which you're going to check you 1,000 times to see if you're not having an outbreak, then you're going to have a vaginal birth. If you're freaking out, just have a cesarean. You don't have to do that. I know a lot of people don't want to get a cesarean, but if you're freaking out that much, just have a cesarean and you're fine. Regardless of whatever happened, that baby is going to be safe. But if you're having an outbreak, they're going to make you get a cesarean regardless. But if you're just that freaked out, your doctor will say, if you want to schedule a cesarean, we can do that. You can still have the baby that you want. Herpes and happiness. That's a cute one. Herpes and happiness. Okay, y'all. Y'all better come up with this title for this new book. Thank you so much, love. I appreciate that. Y'all are so sweet. Like this tonight, and like y'all really making me my night. Literally, I never understood how this super chat thing worked. And y'all just like, oh, that's so sweet. I appreciate it. I'm trying to help her so she won't kill herself. Please don't let her. Okay? Please don't let her. I feel like you have a lot of knowledge. You can always tell her about my channel so she can watch some videos, things like that. Thank you so much for that, Megan. On this chat, I think he did lie to my friend because he is saying he don't have no outbreaks, never did. I'm thinking he may have had the virus. It's possible. Yeah, but you got to, sadly to say, she'll never know if he's telling the truth or not. What you need to do is truly help her understand the virus and understand that she's not alone. She need to get around people who's going through it and able to survive. Sometimes your friends just need to see outside of you, and not trying to be mean, not saying that you're not helping her, but she needs to be somewhere with a whole lot of people to see it from a bigger picture. Okay. These are great titles. They are great titles. I'm not sure if you can only pass the virus I'm not sure if you only pass the virus if he have an outbreak. Basically, you only pass the virus when you have an outbreak. An outbreak can happen let's talk about asymptomatic. Asymptomatic, you're basically shedding and not having physical outbreaks. When you shed, you still pass the virus. So that's the thing. Asymptomatic doesn't mean that he's not having outbreaks. He is having outbreaks. He's just not aware of his outbreaks. So he can be asymptomatic. It happens a lot. Support is key. When I found out, I was alone. So please help your friend. Please, please. Support is the key. My friend helped me. I had my friends that what got me through. You're beautiful inside and out. And I thank you, thank you, thank you. People tend to listen more to someone who actually experienced what they're talking about. So it's wonderful what you're doing. Thank you so much, love. I appreciate it. I mean, that's the main reason why I want to do it, because you're right. Nobody don't want to listen to anybody who don't go through it. That's why we feel like doctors are very insensitive and they don't care. They're like, oh, it's no big deal. Don't tell somebody that nothing, no big deal when your life is not affected, when you're scared, when you're like literally losing hope, when you're having panic attacks, when you're depressed, when you can't get out of bed, while your vagina hurt or your penis hurt and you feel like you want to throw the whole thing away. Like literally, don't tell me it's no big deal. It is a big deal because my life is different. The way I view myself is different. I understand people try to say things to console you. That's not consoling. It's not consoling telling somebody it's no big deal. That is not consoling. Telling somebody, oh, you'll be fine. That's not consoling in no way. And I really want us to be careful with language. When we think we're helping a person, you're really not. You're making the person feel low. When a person's saying, I feel like my life is over, don't say it's no big deal. You're basically saying the fact that you feel like your life is over is no big deal. No, you need to say, why do you feel like your life is over? I think you're an amazing person. I think you got so much to offer. You need to encourage that person, not just throwing them off or just saying something just to talk. And literally, that's what's happening with doctors and friends sometimes, where they think they're helping and they're not. Like, we got to be careful with our language when we're supporting our friends. And that's something else I want to talk about as well. My best friends were very, very supportive. And I also want to kind of do a little book or a little booklet or ebook on how to support your friend with herpes. Because it's difficult. It is difficult. It's very hard. I had to support a friend with HIV. It was not easy. It was not easy. Because I didn't know what to say. I had no clue. I didn't even know that much. I knew about it, but I didn't know that much about it. So it made it really hard. And she kind of retrieved and didn't say much. So over time, I thought she was okay, and realized over the years now that she's an activist, I realized that she wanted to kill herself every day. And I wish I would have did more as a friend to support her and asking her and being there for her, not just assuming that she was okay. Just because your friends looking like they're good, they don't mean they good, y'all. So stop assuming just because your friend ain't talking about it, they good. No, they just depressing it majority of the time, or they're losing their mind when you're not around. So make sure you're checking on them, popping up on them, asking them deep questions, all of that stuff, not acting like it ain't there, because at the end of the day, your friend is suffering. Right, having herpes is not the end of the world. That is the most insensitive thing to say. I hate when people say that. I really do. Because at the end of the day, for so many people, this is the end of the world for them, because they just don't understand how their life can go on from this point. And you got to help people learn that. That's not something you just say and don't give them any tips or anything to help them. It is. The only person I have told is my fiance, because my family is in support and they talk about each other. Yeah, you better not. You'll set yourself up for failure. You said, TM said, you just said the title of one of your books, How to Support a Friend with Herpes. Yes, I did. I want to write that down. I want to make that an ebook. I'll make that one an ebook, because it's not going to be that long. But I can start working on that one. That's not going to take me long to do at all. Thank y'all. TM, you the best, man. You should be a product developer or content manager or something, because you was a bomb.com. TM, are you a girl or a boy? I'm not sure. I don't think I caught that. Any more questions, guys? I thank y'all for everything. I really have enjoyed this night with you guys and answering your girl. Hey girl, hey. TM, you're awesome. You really are awesome. You have helped me a lot. You got any more ideas for me? Send me an email, overcomethestigma@gmail.com. I'll jump on it. For real. Email me at overcomingthestigma@gmail.com. I would love to get your insight, and that's any of you guys. I want any of you guys, if you have anything that, I mean, any opportunities that y'all see for me. If y'all see an article that y'all think I should write on, or y'all see a post or something that y'all want me to chime in on, tag me, especially on Instagram or Facebook. Tag me, Belize Spivey, Instagram, Belize.Spivey. Tag me so I can get into it. If y'all see any speaking engagements, anything y'all see, let me know. Like, let me know what's going on. Let me know what's going on. I can't see everything, so let me know. Is the CDC doing anything to publicly reduce the stigma? I won't say yes and I won't say no. I can't really say. I'm in the mix, but I'm not in the mix. Like, I work with the director, infectious disease director of Georgia. And one thing she told me, it's a lot going on that you don't see. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. So I won't say that. I won't say they won't. They're not. But us as a community, we feel like they're not doing anything. I would say that. Us as a community, we believe they're not doing anything because we don't see a change for us yet. But I'm not saying that they're not. And just know that I'm working closely with her, and she works with the CDC to see if we can make a big difference. Oh. You said you have helped me a lot too. Thank you. You're welcome, sweetie. You just helped me a whole lot too. But I feel like if we want to kill the stigma, it got to start with us. We got to start educating anytime that you have. Even through posts like this, start talking. Anything that you see, like, recently, Breakfast Club again was talking about herpes. Get on them posts and get to talking, y'all. Start telling the truth on them posts. Folks start doing them stupid memes and they want to be ignorant. You're going to post and say, no, that's not true. And start tagging CDC and American Sexual Association everywhere. And best believe they're going to go do their research. All you can do is plant seeds, y'all. It seems like instead of reducing the stigma, big pharmaceuticals just want to push medication so they can make them almighty dollar. I mean, that's what pharmaceuticals do. I mean, that's what they do. So we can't get mad about that. But if we want the stigma to change, that's our job. Like, we can do that. Their job is to make sure we have medicine. And I'm not knocking it because that medicine is a saving grace for some people. Some people it don't work, but I'm not going to knock it. It's helping them many. There's many drugs out here that is saving lives. So I don't want us to get so caught up in they trying to make money. I get it. But at the end of the day, some of these drugs are truly saving folks' lives. So let us not knock it too much. But if we want to see a big difference with the stigma, all it is education. And that's that all of us can do. I don't have to do it. All of us can do it. We all have a little knowledge about herpes that you can tell. I don't care if you say the same thing over and over again. It don't matter. You still killing the stigma with somebody. HSV is curable, everybody. I ran into a lot of new YouTubers who are coming out publicly that they have went through the natural cure method and getting rid of HSV. They show before and after test results, and they will help you with yours journal if you're serious. That's cool. You can share that with whoever want to take it. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. I love when people share about being cured. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't have no problem with it. All I say is you better be very much ready to be dedicated to it. It's not an easy process at all, and be ready to put in the finances, and you got to be consistent. I don't knock it. I never have. I'm all down for it. I'm here to educate. And the people they only listen to me because I do have the virus. They don't listen to people who don't. So I choose to educate, and I choose to whoever choose to want to get the virus, to get to try to do the cure, do it. I'm not knocking you, but please just know the virus is still here. So the way for you to prevent from getting this virus again is to educate yourself. We can cure ourselves all day, but how are you going to try to prevent from getting it again and again and again and again and again and again and again? Education do that, not just a simple cure. That's why people keep getting gonorrhea chlamydia, and now gonorrhea is getting to a point where it's about to be uncurable in a minute because people are not taking education piece seriously. Education is way more important than treatment sometimes. And that's where we're lacking. That's what we're lacking for many conditions. It's education. We need to educate people more. Your cures is not a quick fix for people. If you're not educated, you're gonna get it again. I love you dearly. You will end up getting it again. Well, you can prevent that if you're educated about it. That keep you from getting it again, and you can live your life on. Okay. Anybody got any more questions, concerns, questions? I'm getting down to the wire. My phone dying. And I'm not trying to go get my charger. I ain't gonna lie. We've been on here for about an hour and a half now. But I appreciate you. I thank you for everybody who sold into me tonight with the super chat. I think that was so cool. So I appreciate that. I love y'all so much for that. Blessings and good night. Oh my God, I'm going to be in New York soon. Oh my God, please inbox me. Hold on. I'm about to inbox you. Like, make sure you message me. I'm going to be in New York in September. Get to me ASAP. I would love to see you, okay? That's overcomestigma@gmail.com. Reach out to me, please. Email me ASAP. Because I'm going to be in New York in September. Thank you for contributing of ideas. You're wonderful. I believe this is a community fight, and community has to stick together to overcome. You're right. Your title again, educate yourself, herpes. TM, please reach out to me for real. Like, I'm so serious. I'm so serious. I should see a message from you tonight. Why you 1.0? You should get retested. Because at the end of the day, you're too close to the cutoff. You're really close to the cutoff. My phone is about to die, y'all. I'm sorry. It said, yes, it takes major dedication to cure yourself. 3 to 8 months of being a rare vegan, taking herbs. It's not easy, especially when you love to eat bad. You correct. It's not easy. I'm working on going vegan myself, and it's not easy at all, especially raw. It's really difficult. I'm not going to sit here and make it seem like it's easy. I did start doing juicing, which is a little tedious as well. What is super chat? Super chat is when you pay for me to see your message, basically. Be the first message. It kind of like blow up in color. I sent you a message earlier and you responded, so I know that you are real. Okay, cool. Make sure you message me again because me and you need to talk.